Probably some of the best resources you have are definitely the people you work with. You can learn from people that supervise you, you can learn from people that are your colleagues and peers, and you can learn a heck of a lot from the people below you, the subordinate folks. There's so many great resources now out there on the internet. Amazing. Two sites that I really recommend is the Fire Leadership website and the Lessons Learned website. You have great leadership training curriculum now that you didn't have when I first got in. I mean, the courses that they have now on human factors, that type of thing, if somebody would have had those type of courses when I first got in, I think I would have been a much more effective firefighter much earlier in my career. Another resource, what I really recommend is if you want to make this a career in fire and you do want to move eventually into fire management, that you're going to need an education requirement for some of the agencies. I highly recommend that you take advantage of getting that education as a seasonal, because once you get picked up permanent, it gets really tough to go kind of do school and work at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to pigeonhole yourself in at a GS7 technician level for your entire career, and that may be great in your 20s and 30s, but you get into your 40s and 50s, your knees aren't quite what they used to be, and you may not want to hike the hills every day. You may want to hike them maybe 1 or 2 days a week, but 5 days a week may be a little rough. So you may eventually want to get into actually management level positions. I advise people to slow down. It's a 30-year plus career. Get good at where you're at before you move up. And when you do move up, one of the things you can do is learn from the people that have been there before. One of the best things not to do is come into a new position and start making changes right away. I'd spend probably a few months, if not even a whole year, just observing the operation, getting familiar with the personalities involved, learning people's strengths and weaknesses, building those relationships with your subordinates and peers and superiors. And then if you start seeing deficiencies in the organization, start slowly trying to work towards correcting them. We all work with difficult supervisors at a time, and one of my old supervisors once told me when I was having trouble with a supervisor that I really didn't respect the guy that much, and my old supervisor that I talked to told me, like, you don't need to respect the person, but you do need to respect the position. And at first I didn't really get it, but then over the years that has really become real apparent that it's real important. Even if you don't always agree, you do need to respect the folks above you where they're at, even if you respectfully don't agree with them. One, you have to love the outdoors. And if you love the outdoors, that's a real good foundation. To me, as I was a kid in my 20s, it was the one job I could do that I found a niche that it gave me that sense of adventure in life. You get paid to travel, you get paid to work out. You never know where you're going to be from one day to the next. If you like that type of lifestyle, I mean, it's just a wonderful job. It's got a lot of excitement, and you're doing a lot of really cool stuff, and you're doing a lot of times you're doing it for the right reasons, whether you're protecting homes in the interface or whether you're being proactive and treating fuels with prescribed fire, the whole spectrum, whether you're managing natural fires. I can't think of a more rewarding career. And for a lot of individuals that grow up in sort of economically depressed areas, in the mountain communities, I mean, wildland fire, it's a job that can provide such a way out of a lifestyle that may not be going in the right directions. I mean, it's a real outlet for kids with a lot of energy, and you can still be kind of an outlaw, but at the same time you're considered to be a hero for what you do at work. And it's a really great career opportunity for folks in that boat that aren't really school bound or really don't do well in school, but they work hard and they kind of have that sort of common sense that comes from growing up in a rural environment.